we were saying something about the word stirring, that activism goes with the word stirring. So we'll stir you up.
Oh, great. Wow.
What are we missing here?
I just sent Rosa the link.
Can't even. Yeah, are you here with us?
Looks like he is.
Looks like he is, but I don't hear him.
Yao, you're, what is it? Muted.
Muted.
Is that that's not really him. It's a picture, right?
It's a picture, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to dive right in because we only have a half hour, and it will be recorded, and we'll be able to have more conversation on email. So I sent you a little schedule. There he is. Yao.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Yao.
Hey, Susan. Good to see
Hi,
you.
Yao.
All right. Good to see you.
I'm diving right in because we only have a half hour, and here's Clara. Hi, Rose. And we will continue, via email with each other. It's going to be such fun. We're coming out on Sunday night as our fourth leadership team. And I think that there will be many different kinds of events that we'll do, big talks or other kinds of events. And this is the first one where we're just trying out how it is to include the public in our conversation. I've begun to think of this way of having a conversation, of leading with conversation, as evolutionary conversation. And I think that we've developed an amazing tool here of focusing as an underpinning for the development of conversation and interaction and our own thinking. So I'm hoping that what we are expressing isn't a position about focusing and activism, or a position about activism, but what we're expressing is a way, and that feels like a much bigger thing, that we are including people in a process in which we don't want to all agree, and we don't want to come out with a platform or a position. But what we want is to evoke, which is such a big thing in focusing, the deeper questions, the deeper answers, the deeper what was it that Masumi called it when he asked us what was and Masumi asked us, what is your
Passion, I believe.
Right, what is your passion? So we're hoping that this event on Sunday night is including people. We're not presenting something to them, but we're including them in our process of finding our passion. And I think that it's important to say at the beginning that we aren't expecting people to come out with particular conclusions or agreements. Let's see, what else do I want to say? Just that I think we're going to have a wonderful time. I think it's going to be great. I think we're very prepared to just bring people in. Okay, so the first thing is about the evolutionary conversation. The second thing is that we're sort of hosting as well as participating, and I would like us to feel that as the hosts, we were particularly aware of bringing people out, of somebody maybe wanting to say something, of reflecting, of picking up if somebody seems distressed, and also of helping if somebody is going on too long, helping to contain that with a reflection, or even with, well, I'd like to hear from some other people about this, or I want you to know I really hear that, or something like that. So our role as hosts is to be sort of aware of our facilitative functions. And then Yoka is going to say something to the group about being aware of using the focusing skills, and wanting us to remember the pause and whatever Yoka says about that. So that's that, the second point. The third point is just a little kind of framework of how I thought we would do the schedule, and we'll probably change all that by Sunday, but just as a way of anchoring us. So what I have that I sent you is that I have welcome Lynn, Isabel, but it will be everybody who wants to welcome somebody, who wants to welcome the group, will welcome the group, right? So I'm going to change that. It's not just Isabel and Lynn, but anybody that wants to welcome. It would be wonderful if you did, Yao, because people haven't seen you in a while. So it'd be great if you welcome people. And then we want to introduce the spirit of focusing. And I thought we could do that with a little attunement about focusing, or poem, and we can think about that together. But just a way of introducing this. Oh, another thing that I didn't say is that we're not talking about what activism is or what focusing is. We're talking about the spirit of focusing, the spirit of activism, which is the felt sense of it. It's not anchoring it into a thing. It can be many things. So then we'll have comments about the spirit of focusing, and I'm hoping that some people will say some of the things that we have said, in the meeting before, and carry further things that other people are saying. Then at 6:45, we'll have a little break, and then we'll have the song, and ask Misumi to ask her question about the passions. What do you want to stand up for? And then we'll have a discussion about that. Ask anybody what came to them about that. At 7:30, from 7:30 to 8, we'll have the breakout rooms, and we're hoping that everybody in our group will facilitate one of the breakout rooms and get some facilitating skills, or share them that you already have. Then we'll come back at 8 o'clock and have sharing. And then we'll have a little closing before the end, which we don't know what it will be yet. It might just evolve. So that was just my initial thoughts. And I got them all down in 10 minutes. So now we have 20 minutes for your thoughts, and you're very welcome to make it a different way. Or give any of your thoughts or anxieties or
Just real excited about this big talk. I'm hoping I'm right that I took with this and had been thinking about it from the onset, your wonderful way of the marriage of focusing and activism.
yes, right,
So that's where I'm coming from.
great.
And
Maybe we could start with that, yeah, in the welcome, because that's fresh for you.
and what I really dove into with imagination and a bit of creativity was what it would be like with these two spirits to meet. And then my version, they met at a jazz club and started realizing, hey, I've been seeing you at such and such, and I've been seeing you at such and such, and whoa, we've got a lot of common. I like your vibe. And then they started dating and the courtship and the marriage.
I love it.
Out of that came an offspring. That offspring is heartivism. And I want to talk a little bit about that way union,
Great.
focus, and activism has brought an offspring called heartivism.
I love it.
So that's kind of where I'm excited to explore as a way.
That's great. Actually, it is a little like that with Ellen was the activist and I was the focusing person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, heartivism. That's your word that has come, right? Or
I'm actually borrowing that word
are you?
from, yeah, it's Nippon Metta has been following the teachings of MLK. And in studying MLK and Thomas Merton, some of the other theologians at that time who were moving to a more radical place around their theology. But he really wanted to explore, well, where did you all get your stuff from? And one of, well,
Yeah, I'm
certainly,
still on this meeting.
certainly with Mark K, it was Gandhi, but it was also Dr. Howard Thurman, who really posed the question, how can we deepen our channels? And that's what heartivism kind of comes out of. How can we deepen our channels? How can we not do this sum total? It's either my way or no way. How can we get to these places that we can kind of have that
You want a
collective?
little bowl of soup?
So
You had
yeah,
some?
I want to both.
What was that, Annette?
He's telling Clara she's not muted.
Oh, she's muted. Thank you.
Yeah, I want a bowl of soup too.
Thank you. I just walked in the apartment from the subway. So yeah, it's so great to see you.
So great to hear you. I want to see you in a few.
Okay, I'm just getting situated.
So yeah, that's kind of where it's coming from.
I think
Oh.
that's great, yeah,
Yeah,
be perfect. I'm wondering if we could just hear a little bit from everybody, since it's a short meeting. And just bring us all in. Maybe we could start with you, Annette, because you're here in the doorway.
Okay. What's coming to mind for me is in Jan Winhall's felt sense polyvagal model, which I won't explain, but she talks about play, like fun, but then she also calls that place where we have mobilization and safety. She calls it fired up.
Hmm.
And I like that. And I like, I've been thinking recently, I think I shared this in the group, that like our passion sometimes is a little flame and we want it to grow so that we can like bring it out into the world. So I just really like that metaphor.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use it, but I think it's important for people to know what is their unique flame to burn in the world and have the
I'm writing that down in my notes, and I'm hoping that you'll say that you'll introduce that, Annette. Fired up.
yeah.
We'll put in the notes Yao's marriage, heart, where I'm missing something. What was it, Yao?
Activism.
Activism, yes. Clara, can we hear from you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just thinking as you were going through the schedule about what if the conversation becomes really rich and we're in the midst of something? Do we forego the breakout rooms and just stay with what's unfolding?
That's a very good question. I wonder if we could ask the group and then use that as part of what the activism is. In other words, there's activism that's called for, either the activism of saying, no, we need to stay together and process this, or I think we really need the breakout rooms. Would it be good to do that and then to see what comes of that? It's a very good question. Who will make that decision?
Right. But I'm just putting it out there as a what if possibility.
But
Because it sounds like there's so much richness going on, and that maybe if the group is really carrying it forward together,
right,
how do we stay?
right. Well, that will be around the time of a tiny break. So, people can weigh in about it. But I think that's very good for us to be aware of. I'll put a question mark next to breakout rooms as a way of marking that. Yoka.
I was just thinking of the song. like, you know, I really like the, you know, energizing quality of the song. And I was just looking in the schedule, where is the song gonna be? And
It's there.
it's just after the break, right? Is that a good, yeah, maybe that's a good,
we're starting with focusing, and
Yeah.
then activism will come with, you know, emphasizing activism will come with the song.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, I'm curious what's happening also before and after the song, and I'm curious how many people are coming. And do we have any clue? I guess we don't.
We have about 12 so far, but a lot of
Okay.
people will probably sign up toward the end, which is
Last minute. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm feel too. There's a lot to explore, and like each avenue seems to have its own calling,
Right.
interest. Yeah,
we could never cover all of the things,
right.
and we don't know which things are going to be, you know, raising their hands.
Yeah,
Wonder if you could send everybody the clips that we've taken of the focusing and activism, so people could look at them before Sunday if you have a chance.
like you mean everyone, people who signed up and this and that, or
No, I
the
mean,
group?
we had two different groups about that subject, and we have some clips from
Yeah.
both
Mm-hmm. So who shall I send them to?
to our group.
To also just our group?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Susan,
I'm a little bit confused about how to form what's in me. I'm getting the idea that we really don't know much about how we don't know what's going to happen. And so it's hard to, I mean, we have to have a very listening ear. And, you know, that's kind of exciting. One thing that was speaking to me, and, you know, people spoke, and that's, what was that, Fired Up?
Fired Up.
And Yao's deepening the channels, if I have that right. And Yoka said something stirred. And to me, I was just, you know, letting that cook inside me. And I got kind of picture of a center deep in the earth of tremendous energy that is in focusing, you know, I mean, real focusing that sustains it and guides us in a way. And I know much less from experience about activism, but I'm thinking there's something there. It's similar
Yeah.
to, you know, one's passion.
Yeah.
To be grounded in the very deepest place. So that's about it. What
I like that. Being grounded in the deepest place. Okay, Rosa.
Hello.
Hello.
pleasure to meet you, Yao Tunde. I don't think we've met before.
Oh, yeah, you're in for a treat meeting,
Yeah.
Rosa, and you're in for a treat meeting, Yao.
Yeah, and I just really wanted to appreciate what you were saying about heartivism. I was always very drawn to that quote about, finding the place where your joy meets the world's need. And
Oh.
I had no idea who Howard Thurman was. He was the author of that quote. That was all I knew about him. And then later I learned more about him, and I realized there's a lot more that I want to learn. Yeah. So Lynn, I just want to acknowledge that I feel like the no blame, no shame, how can we have effective conversations on the climate was a bit of an example of this bringing together of focusing and activism. And it's a little different than what we're going to be doing on Sunday, because on Sunday we're going to be looking at the general topic, right? Whereas this was more an application to a particular area of activism. And so I just want to acknowledge that I think that there's different ways of coming into this, either just more broadly or with a particular issue. So I haven't gone back and looked at the tape, at the recording of that yet. I'd like to at some point. I
No.
did.
I wonder, Rosa, if, I mean, you're right that that's such a wonderful example of this. And I wonder if we should send the recording to
Yeah.
sign up.
I mean, I would be fine with that if I don't know that people are gonna, have time to see a long recording or whatever, but I'm happy to have it shared. I did get a little bit of feedback from a friend who watched it, and so I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know. But I think my friend was a little confused because I'm not sure that there's anything in the video that says, and now we went into breakout groups for 20 minutes, and now we're coming back from breakout groups. And so for them, it kind of felt a little discombobulating, but when I explained that that's what had happened, then it made a lot more sense to them. So
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll have it edited a little bit more before we send it to them.
okay, well, if you have a chance to edit those, I haven't looked at a lot of the help for the helpers yet, and I'm thinking, this is also useful going forward because we're gonna be doing a video of this. And, Clara was bringing up the point that we may or may not go into breakout groups. But if we do go into breakout groups, I think that just putting like a black screen with a little title that says breakout groups for 25 minutes and then start with I think it helps the viewer kind of understand a little bit what's going on. That's all. Thank you.
And Kate.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, Kate. Hi.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. I don't know anything about activism. Know that I'm here to see what I can help.
Good.
Learn from you.
So you are here. You are here representing all of the people that activism isn't part of their culture.
Yeah.
And I think you'll be very attuned to them. So you might, if somebody looks confused, you might say, so-and-so looks confused, or is there a question about that, or something like that.
Okay, I can do that.
Good. How would you feel about doing a little welcome at the beginning? Just a few sentences. or a few words.
What would I say?
You would say, hi, I'm Kate in the leadership group, and I don't know what activism is. It's not in my culture, and I'm here to help and to learn. And if any of the rest of you don't know what the hell activism is, you can join me. I support.
Okay.
I think that will be very welcoming, because I think a lot of people don't know what activism is, including all the activists. It's 6:30. I'm just wondering, any last questions?
Is Clara still there? Like, oh,
I'm still here.
okay. How's the soup? Sorry.
I have to leave, in 2 minutes, but I'm
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, do you want to ask a question in your 2 minutes?
no,
Okay.
I just want to say hello and goodbye to everybody that's there, and looking forward to seeing you all on Sunday night.
Yes.
Are there any others that know they want to welcome people, and I should put you down, and then you don't have to do it I mean, this is very organic, but I have that Isabel and I and Kate and Yao will, and it's just a sentence, like not a big deal. Anybody else that I should put you down?
I think that sounds like a good group, and I think it's probably good to not have too many more people, just because we don't want to be like
Right.
being so big, and I don't know how many people they are.
Right. Good point, Rosa.
And I just want to name, I'm a little protective of Kate, and if Kate doesn't feel like speaking in front of a group where there's new people, feel like maybe she was put on the spot a little bit, but that might be me, to say something specifically, what you said she should say, unless it comes forward for her, I guess.
I have faith in Kate. I know she won't say what I want her to say.
Okay, good.
I think that I would vote for Kate to protect me. I think she's very tough.
Okay. Sounds good.
Bye-bye, everybody. See you. Let's come on 15 minutes early on Sunday night.
Okay.
What it is.
Okay. 5:45. Yeah.